Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome again to another painting tutorial. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. I hope you enjoy my painting videos. Today I decided to paint another flower, but this time it will be a sunflower. And did you know that I seldom paint sunflower paintings tutorial wise, simply because I find the petals too they're just too tedious to do because there are so many of them. So today I decided to do a sunflower, but I'm gonna paint only half of the flower, which makes it more dramatic and I think more appealing to my eyes, because compared to whole sunflower, it's just very typical, and we don't want that. We don't want to be part of the wagon of being just typical. So let us see what colors we'll be using for today's tutorial. So we have titanium white, primary yellow or medium yellow. We have magenta. You can use your cadmium red, burnt sienna, and black. So I won't be backgrounding this. And again, I'm saying this during the intro of this video. I might change my mind, but I'm thinking not to really do a background color, not to do any dark background color, because the background color may or may not work for this painting. Okay, so I'm gonna sketch first the subject just for you to see where things are gonna go, but then this will be a focus subject, so we will be focusing more on the flower, on the petal parts of the flower, not on the flower with the leaves and all that stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna use my burnt sienna to sketch first the subject. Okay, so this will be the center of the flower. Again, we will only be doing half of the sunflower. You can call this half sun. If there's half moon, there's half sun. Gosh, that is so corny. I'm gonna use my I'm gonna use my black mixed with brown just to underpaint the center. Okay, again, try to mix it with black to give it a darker color. Okay, and just because I painted like very similar to a half circle, that doesn't mean that it will really look this way. We will do some detailing later and it will not look this way. Okay. All right, so that's the starting point, and I'm gonna use the same color for the sketch of the petals. So we're gonna do it one by one. So that's one. Okay. Two, and we will be doing some like folds. Okay. You know how the petals of a flower go? There should be some sort of folding to make it look more natural. Okay, I'm gonna wet my brush. I feel like my brush is too dry. And also try to make the petals like uneven as to the length, because if you make your petals really look, what do you call this, of the same size, it's not gonna look very pretty. I don't know. It doesn't look nice to my eyes. If it's the painting that you want for yourself, you can do that, but expect that when it comes to my tutorials, it's not gonna be that way. Okay, so there will be some back petals as well. Okay. All right. And I might lengthen this a bit because I feel that it needs more petals right here. Okay. But then again, I want you to make the petals look more like natural. So there will be overlapping petals, but you will see them as we go. Okay. Okay, I will make a little bit of adjustment right there. I'm trying to balance things a bit. All right. Okay, so let's start underpainting it. And for the underpainting, I'm just gonna use a mixture of my burnt sienna plus yellow. Try to make it like brownish, yellowish color. And let's start underpainting. And you don't have to cover the sketch line at this point because we don't want to miss. We don't want to um, forget where the sketch lines are. Even I don't want to forget where I did my sketch lines. Okay. And again, this is very preliminary, which means we're going to layer this even more later. Okay. Okay. So just a mixture of yellow and burnt sienna. You can wet your brush a bit. And just enjoy this very, well, not very, but a little bit of repetitive process. With the yellow color, which is a more of a translucent type of color, you can paint over the sketch lines without covering it because since it's translucent, you can still see the sketch line, so there's no problem with that. Just don't put too thick of a paint or too thick amount of paint in there. And I'm saying this just to make your life easy. Because if you do this piece by piece like that, it will take time. But me, I'm just gonna paint over the sketch lines now without actually painting over the sketch lines. I mean, removing or absolutely painting over it to the point that you can't see it. Okay, I can still see the sketch lines. So whichever works for you, do it. Okay. Like this. Okay, again, this area, you need to be more careful because you don't want to go outside the line. But in case you go outside the line by accident, just paint over that with white and you're good to go. You don't have to worry too much. And if you've noticed already the way I'm doing the brush strokes, it's like going the direction is towards the center and not like this, like randomly just doing my brush strokes. We want to follow the patterns of petals, okay? All right, like that. Don't forget, oops, I accidentally dab on my black paint. All right, like that. So the underpainting for the petals is done. Now I'm gonna get my brown. Okay, I accidentally dab onto my black. So I'm gonna get my burnt sienna and I'm gonna make some like detailing. Remember the sketch lines that we did? Just go over that sketch line, paint it with burnt sienna. Mhm. Like that. And as you can see, I'm not really painting everything with this color. Just those near the center. Okay. And then using this burnt sienna again, let's color some areas with some browns, but water down. Mm. Again, watered it down. so that you can glide your paintbrush smoothly on your material. It should be more brown. Right, like that. Okay. Now I'm gonna dab onto my yellow. Just mix it with the brown color on your palette. And let's try to paint some areas with some yellow. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of white to this yellow because the yellow is really um, like translucent. And we no longer want the translucence of the yellow at this point. Okay. All right. Okay, now getting this yellow, I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of brown. So we're going to create a little bit of brownish yellowish color, only that it's a bit lighter. almost orange. I'm gonna dab on a little bit of red or magenta so that we get that orangey color. And we're gonna use that to create some patterns. More orange. The sketch lines are quite strong, which means they are thick. So I'm gonna thin them down. Okay, like that. And using some brown, like stronger brown plus black. Let's create some dark markings. So these dark markings will just serve as depth. Okay. Now I'm gonna wait for this area to dry. Again, we're going to thin down those big sketch lines that I did because I use a big brush. Okay. I'm gonna get more yellow. And for the yellow, I'm gonna use a smaller brush so that I don't create too thick of a line. Okay. So I'm gonna use my primary yellow, mix it with white. So it should be really, really bright yellow, like milky type of yellow. And we're going to use this on certain areas. Right here. Again, try to thin down those harsh lines, very harsh, okay? Okay, and just pure yellow right here. And I'm just gonna use my fingers to blend a bit. Right here. And then apply some yellow markings. And also here. What really makes a painting look cartoonish is the hard lines or the sketch lines that are too thick. So we're going to thin them down. Okay. And yellow, more just pure yellow right here. Just leave a little bit of that sketch line, okay? Leave a little bit of that portion. We still don't want it to be just yellow and orange. We still want that sketch line, just a tiny bit, but not too much or not too thick. Okay? Gonna get a little bit of orange. Like that. I'm gonna mix my yellow again with white. Okay, I forgot that I made some adjustment right here. So I'm gonna make some movement or change. Okay, totally forgot. Okay, and then with the orangey color, I'm gonna continue. Cover this paint, this area a little bit. Like that. Okay, I'm gonna add tiny bit of brown. Right there. And also a little bit of orange just to thin down that super thick sketch line that I did. Mhm. Yeah. Let me just do the cleaning a bit right here because it's disturbing me. You can further thin the sketch line from the outside of the pattern, meaning you don't thin it from the inside, you thin it from the outside. So I can do that as well. Okay. And then some more bright yellow. Like that. I don't know how long it will take me to finish this one, but I don't mind. So I'm just gonna paint some more. Okay, I'm gonna mix a little bit of orange color. Again, the sketch line for this petal is too thick. Okay, I I overdid the sketching part. Okay, mix some more orange. I'm gonna, okay, mix some more orange. Maybe a little bit of brown. Okay, a little bit of black because the black will make it more dark. Okay, maybe this color. This is really challenging for me, a bit. All right. I need to thin this down a bit. So I'm gonna get my yellow. Oops. Like that. This part as well. Okay, I need to make a little bit of correction right here. Okay, a little bit of white. Yellow. And a little bit of orange and brown. Yeah, like this. So I just added a little bit of black. You'll hear me say a lot of times a little bit. Okay, the phrase a little bit, because I really don't use too much of paints. I mean, normally I wouldn't. Okay, so I'm gonna just glaze this with some dark color just to give it dimension, meaning just to suggest that it's in the back, and also this. Okay, I'm gonna mix like orangey color right here. And you can see some more thick lines right here. We want to fix that already. Okay. I'm using a super thick brush. Okay. Now, I'm gonna get my white. Okay. Mix with tiny bit of yellow. So it's more white than yellow, but it should really be bright. And just go around the petals. Like this. Let me just check that my microphone is still working. Okay. Now I'm thinking if I'm gonna background this. As I told you during the intro of this video, I can always change my mind. More brightness right here. Okay. Thin this down. We haven't touched the center. It's not going to be like this. Okay. So I think before we go back to the petals, which is already making me dizzy because we've been focusing on it for quite a long time, let's go to this area, which is more exciting as well. I mean, which is as equal as exciting as, as doing the petals. Because again, this is not the actual thing that you should have for your final painting. So for this one, I'm just gonna use my yellow and red to create some orange color. I'm gonna add white and brown. You can add tiny bit of black just to tone the colors down. Okay, and now I'm gonna make some taps inside. Okay, like this. It should be like this. Just tap using the tip of the brush. And do some overlapping brush strokes or markings. Sorry, not brush strokes. Overlapping markings. All right. Okay. That's enough for now. I'm gonna wash my brush out and I'm gonna use my more pointy brush. I'm gonna dab onto my black and brown. Just combine the colors. Okay, and then I'm just gonna do an overlapping markings, touching on the petals as well, like that. So we're going over the half circle sketch. Okay, like that. All right, using this color, we're going to darken the centermost portion. Just do some more tappings near the center, or okay, near this area. And here. And just use the tip of the brush to also create that natural patterns that you see on the center of a sunflower. Okay, now I'm going to dab onto my brown. So just using brown, maybe just make some more taps. This is just to create that um, illusion of also, light also hitting this area. So we're just lightening some pollens, okay, or highlighting it if you want to call it that way. Okay, like that. Let me just check. All right. Okay, I think I'm going to background this. Okay, now before we go back to this pollen area or the center or part of the flower, let's get our burnt sienna watered it down. So use more water than usual. A little bit of black just to tone down the brownness of the paint. And I'm gonna glaze over this part near the center of the flower. So I'm just gonna glaze it, okay, like this. But I'm gonna use a clean brush to spread the paint. You can use your fingers. Actually, I'm just gonna use my fingers. Um, just to make this area darker or appear darker. Not because it's dark, but because it's the centermost part of the flower. So it's not really a receiving good amount of light for it to be super highlighted. As well as this area. Okay. Let's make some separation line right there. So some areas we have to emphasize that it's placed at the back, okay, like that. We are not going to do this on all areas, but some will receive this definition. Right. Okay. I'm just gonna remove this harsh line that I did. It's too harsh. I'm just gonna dab onto my orange again. Just to remove the harshness, not the harness, but the harshness. Okay. So I'm using some dry brushing technique to apply some more details on the petals. Okay, now let's go to pure bright yellow. I'm gonna get again my yellow plus white. Okay, make it really, really bright yellow. And maybe in order to have a smoother application, you can use water more than usual. Okay, and carefully relayer some areas. And what I really noticed about my paints when they dry, especially the yellow color, as it dries, it becomes more like it looks more transparent as it dries. So you can relayer if you want to or if you need to. I'm gonna use white just to make it brighter. Okay, wow, this is so nice, right? Okay, but I have to detail it even more, and I really don't mind spending more time for this one. Okay, I think I'm gonna background this. What do you think? I think I'm gonna background this. I should background it or something. Maybe I'm gonna background it with, you know what? Yellow and blue are really nice colors. So I'm gonna use my cerulean blue to background this one, and I hope it's going to be nice. So I'm going to use my cerulean blue, mix it with white. Ultramarine blue is also good. And this actually reminds me of Vermeer's Girl with the Pearl Earring. If you are a fan of Vermeer, I really like the combination of ultramarine blue and yellow. And look at that painting. You can Google that if you haven't heard about that um, painting. So in order for me to finish the background quite faster, I'm gonna go first and fill in the spaces that are big, okay, before I go into the tight spaces. You can wet your brush. Okay, try to be careful. Okay, I'm gonna paint even that area where the spring of the notebook is. Why am I so scared to touch on that part? Oops. Now, if you commit a mistake, just use clean brush to remove the paint. The reason why we're doing this very tedious backgrounding is because I originally intended not to background this, but I felt that the upper part of the painting is too empty. And yeah, I just want a colorful painting today. Just a few more spaces to fill in. Actually, this will serve as the waiting time for us. You know, we're waiting for some areas to dry out so that we can layer properly. So this is the best time that we allow the paint to dry, because we're going to go back to those areas. In all honesty, we're not yet done. I just want some clean. Now, if you're asking, can you background it with any background color? You can, of course. I just chose blue because, again, the contrast between the yellow and blue colors, it's just amazing. Okay, you can make the background color as solid as you want, meaning you can relayer if you want, especially those bigger spaces. This reminds me of Vincent. Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna use a smaller brush to fill in that tiny space right there. Okay. All right. Yeah, this is way better with the blue background. Don't you think so? I think I made the right decision. And we are not yet done with the flower. As I told you, we're going to go back to that. Okay. So I'm going to wash my brush out. And then let's go back to detailing even more. Okay, I'm going to get again my yellow, pure yellow plus white. I'm just going to keep relayering. Okay, I keep checking my microphone if it's working because it's very near my the neckline of my shirt, so I probably turn it off. I mean, turn it off by accident, so I don't want that. Okay, just brightening. Okay, now I'm gonna use a small brush. Let me just look for a smaller brush that I can really, really control. Okay, I'm gonna dab onto orange. So if you don't have orange, again, just mix your magenta and yellow. You can add tiny bit of brown to make it more brownish. And I'm gonna use this brownish orange color to go and redefine the sunflower edges. Okay, adding some more details. Okay. Okay, and then let's go back to doing some more pollens. Okay, we're now in the final detailing process. So this is looking good. I'm gonna dab onto my white, pure white. Okay, it's not really pure because some yellow is mixing. It's all right. Let's highlight even more the edges. To make it really, really bright. Okay, like that. Okay, and then more orange colors. Maybe add more brown. Just go inside to suggest some spacing. Okay. To suggest some spacing right there. Like that. Of course, let's fix this. Mhm. I love it. So I'm gonna use my fan brush, all right? I'm gonna dab onto my white. Just to highlight some areas, making it appear more bright. The bristles of the fan brush will make it easier for us to create that appearance of patterns without having to do the pattern actually. Okay. Again, your yellow. Just move downwards towards the center. Okay, right there. I'm gonna wash my brush out, my fan brush. Okay. Or maybe just get another fan brush if you have an extra fan brush. And I'm gonna use the same technique using brown, watered down brown. You can add tiny bit of black to that and just go up. We are going to darken this portion. What is that? Like that. And using white, just brighten the tip of each petal. Mixing it with a little bit of yellow. Okay, so let's create some patterns on the petals, making it look more natural, right? I'm just gonna color this a little bit of yellow. Okay. Maybe some darker patterns right here, or darker markings. Mhm. Like that. And using some brown, I'm gonna create like a fold, okay? A fold like that. Just a tiny detail that you may choose not to do, but I chose to do it. Yeah. Then outline it with a little bit of brown. Okay. This is nice. Okay, this is really, really nice. Of course, as to the background color, the blue color that we had, you can, again, I suggest that you layer or you just make the color more solid. It's up to you. You may choose not to color it blue, just like what I did here, or just like my choice of color. You don't have to do that. It's up to you, really. It's just my opinion that blue and yellow really go together. Um, they just complement each other. Okay. All right. So I love this one. Wow, it's nice. And I'm not yet contented with the brightness. So I'm going to highlight even more the leaves. Okay. So using pure yellow, I'm just going to highlight just the tips of the flower. Very, very nice. And in order to really make this bright, we're going to darken this area. Using my black color, I'm going to water it down. Okay, water down your black. And I'm going to glaze over this part, darkening it, providing as well this part dimension and depth. Okay. Okay, be careful not to create any harsh line. Blend well. Yes, I like this one. Oh my gosh. Way, way better. Okay, so I'm going to sign this now. This is finished. And I'm thinking where to sign this one. Huh. Okay, I'm going to sign maybe right here. I don't want to sign right here, but it's all good. So I'm just going to use my white so that it is seen as well. I'm going to sign right here. Yay! And we're finished. So I hope you enjoy that one. I think this is my third sunflower painting tutorial. So I hope you enjoy this one and I hope you paint along with me. It's kind of long and really challenging as well because of the many details and the many highlighting and going over the petals, but it's all good. We're painting, we're trying to learn. We're not here to make things just easy for us. So I hope you enjoy this one. And again, see you in my next one. And I hope you have a great weekend. Bye, guys. Love you.